Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is day 11 or day 12. I haven't posted in a while as well, so I apologize. But yeah, I have to keep doing this. I usually forget to do so, but yeah. So since the video, I got a stand desk, so this can go up. So that's pretty nice. And I have a monitor now. And also, yeah. So I'll just talk while standing, but yeah, since the last time, it's just been the same, just working on the code and the development of it. Nothing much is new. More people, more trial and stuff, but not too big as of the moment. However, I do believe that once we finish the software that we're working on, that money will come in pretty quickly. At least I hope so, because it's going all right so far. Today I spent the day mostly just working on the design and the UI because uh, I didn't really work on it. So now I did the finishing polishes and I learned about the UI component that we can base off everything on. That is well supported. I'm using ShadCN, or at least most things. And yeah, so I'm just gonna use ShadCN for most of the UI. And it's just been taking a lot of willpower just building it out and learning new things. And I feel stupid sometimes, but I guess that's the natural process of it. And the other thing is, this is actually a philosophy um, I was listening to, and our friend finally like strongly agreed on this, and this is how we choose to live. Is the philosophy that if you just work super hard and on something specific for a very long period of time, it's gonna work out. Or ever more, a specific skill set. If you work on a specific skill set for years and years and decades, there is no reason why you wouldn't be pretty fucking good, right? And if you're pretty fucking good at one or two, three things, and if you can combine them, you're very unique. And that's kind of the mindset we're approaching this. We very confidently believe that we can scale this into like $1 billion company. Um, Call me what would you call it? Unrealistic, but we've heard from some very it's just yeah just very nice responses and bad responses as well from people, but that is the goal. And I'm not sure, I don't think I'll be that happy if I don't reach that kind of money. Not because I really want to spend the money, but really I'll only really spend like 100 or $200,000 on me. Like these things, cars, they don't really matter. But what that money allows for me to do is help my cousins back home and build big orphanages, and also use that money to fund a lot of companies and new things that can really change the world in a good way. One of the thing I'm really happy, the reason why we're working on this wasn't the reason, but one of the good motivator I found yesterday was building an intelligence platform, so AI and such, that can allow for a lot of horrible like mysteries and missing people and trying to find the crime, who did it. It can be applied because if an AI or a robot can effectively scrape the entire internet and analyze it to find connections, it is certainly very, very difficult. But if something like that is to be implemented, fuck, a lot of good can come from that. And I'm really excited for that to come. And yeah, that's one of the things because I just, I don't know what happened to the missing young kids because that would be super scary. And I just can't imagine being 4 or 5 years old, either being missing due to someone kidnapping you or you just losing yourself in a tree and maybe you die. Probably you'll die, or whatever may have happened, and the concerns of the parents of never knowing what happened. So yeah, that's one thing that kind of motivates me because that's one of the things I used to get scared a lot about. And also, since I love my younger siblings, I just can't imagine that happening. So yeah, that's one good reason I found, on top of the business stuff and with the money I want to build educational facilities to, not like a school. It is a school, but I don't really like want to live in the framework of a school because that's usually moderated by a school system. Rather like a extra thing on top of school. Back in my hometown in Kyrgyzstan, or I heard Nepal's nice, or where countries where the government won't interfere so much, right? So it's not that corrupted, or they're not at a large enough scale, and they would like our help, and they wouldn't mind us building these educational centers where our primary goal is educating you in terms of philosophy and like self-help. And I don't know, I think those things are important. How to think, how to be your own self, which I don't think a lot of governments would like. So I don't know how we would go about that. But hopefully we're able to put that in. And the other thing is teaching them skill sets, right? We want to teach them history and such things, but I hope school can do a good enough job. But this is primarily so we can build a skill set of such as development and really focus around making things, and there is no real test. It's more about just making things, so they'll be in whatever form of Twitter will exist and do hashtag build in public or whatever. And I think that'll be really helpful to them because they can start making money as well from that age. I think the moment I mean, since the moment I first got the internet money, it's just been like, it's like someone drunk on cocaine. Not drunk, I'm high on cocaine. It's called high. I think it's called high. Whatever. If you do, yeah, you never really go back. You're forever addicted, and that's kind of it. However, I'm not really addicted for the sake of like that money, and I really want to make that to myself clear. So yeah, just really limit my however much money I can spend on myself, so that, or at least the money I spend should be things that help my optimize my body, my mind, soul, whatever, so that such things can happen, right? So like a sauna, a house in a nice neighborhood with views in a forest or whatever. Very healthy food, no sugar, no processed junk. All the foods probably at some point will be grown by myself. I don't know if I sound like a radical in this, but um, yeah, I just think that would be a nice way to really keep my mind and my physical body and everything just in tip-top shape, which I hope allows me to build better businesses or generate more revenue, and also work on the systems for the educational things, and not just education, the helping stuff, help orphanages. That's one thing I really feel driven to help people with. And yeah, and what I was talking about was I recorded this 2 times before, but I got interrupted. So another thing was there's a guy called Alex Ramosi. I think a lot of you who listen to this may like him or probably know him. Alex Ramosi is a serial entrepreneur, 100 million, probably 400 million. And the reason why I like to listen to him is because he has a really good mind. He has an interesting framework around how he approaches his things. By that, he sells a book and a course around that would likely be sold for $1,000, $2,000 by other influencers, but it's just all for free. And the books are for free, and this business knowledge that he does every day is free, and he doesn't really make any money from the books. It's $1 a piece, and the only reason it's $1 is so that Amazon promotes it, or at least if I'm correct. And yeah, the reason for that is very explanatory, which is basically I want to build the goodwill and make you go up to $1 million, $3 million so that you start working with my company called acquisition.com. But that's not like other courses where you first pay the money and then you get the deliverable. It's rather, he already gives you the information, so you already get your pie, you already get the benefits without having to pay anything. And then once you're up a certain level, you pay it back with a portion of your company. But he grows your company like 10 to 100 times, so you still make a shit ton more money. So yeah, I just think that's a very interesting guy. And that guy, and Alex Ramosi always talks about, how people keep pivoting and how people can't stay focused and not in a long enough time, and how you can gauge how successful someone will be and how successful they are by how they talk about lengths of time. If they talk about a day or a week or a month, that probably means they aren't a large entrepreneur. But if you think in years or even decades, yeah, that is a difference. So yeah, we said a decade. I hope it takes faster, and I think it will. But a decade of just building the product out, of probably managing engineers and shit, being the back-end operator, building out the company, my co-founder, being in the front, marketing, sales, and such. I'll also be partially a part because you need to understand technical things to sell as well. But what the hell happened? Yeah, what such things are kind of the mindset I'm going to approach. And the year's coming to an end. I am partially happy with what I've done, but I want to make sure I finish the software that I'm working on by the end of this year so we can publish it and yeah, start generating more revenue. And with that revenue, hopefully drop out of school, or if that's not possible, at least switch to an online school that Eric Zhu, another 16-year-old, but he's funded $20 million in one of the venture capital firm he's a general partner at, which is crazy, you know. And he's inside the capital is advisors who have worked decades of experience and are very specialized. So, which is crazy that a 16-year-old is managing them or is in the ladder higher up than them. And yeah, that's the online school he goes to. That's where I hope to go. Yeah, I think. And yeah, this is a stand desk. That's the monitor. I have a candle I bought like 2 years ago that I'm using again. Got my headphone. I have this timer actually, because he was also talking about thinking in terms of hundreds of minutes, hundreds of hours. Maybe not 100 years, but yeah. So I go in work blocks of 100 minute, or at least I try to go one. I usually get tired afterwards, so afterwards I just turn on a song, or if I get in the flow zone, this doesn't really matter. It depends on the day. I haven't been super focused. It's been quite difficult. A lot of things to do. I get tired. Just like sometimes just putting my head in front of the wall. I can't understand anything, and I want to move fast, so I push myself, which is a good thing, pushing myself. So really can't really complain. But it's an arduous journey, and it's certainly not an easy one. But I am good at it, I think somewhat. So yeah. And there's my gym equipment there. So I do some bench press. So today, after I woke up, I did some work, drank coffee, and then started bench pressing. I think bicep curls and shit. I don't know if I look bigger, but yeah, that's also important to take care of. And relationships as well, talking to more new people, so I can practice, you know. But yeah, that's kind of been what life is like. And if I have more information, and I'll try to make the new videos less of a vlog, like what I fucking did, because no one really gives a fuck. I want to focus on like what I learned that day and a specific example, because in the podcast or just like life or whatever, and a way to document what I did, and also so I can look back after 50 years and look back at old Ellen, just trying to figure things out. And yeah, sounds good, guys. Whew.